All right, friends. Shabbat Shalom and good Shabbos.
Good Shabbos.
How we got them here tonight. It is a beautiful evening here. It was off and on all day. It was humid. It was rainy. It was humid. It was rainy. Now it's sunny. Not so humid. But it looks like it's going to be a pretty nice evening. I don't know, Maury. What's the weather forecast?
I have no idea.
Well, that's about you. You're right on. You're right up there with the weather people. So. But it does look like it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful Shabbat, regardless of the weather. We are here together. We have Marilyn here and she is going to bench licht. She's going to light our Shabbos candles for us.
You want
to do a read? You can do a read.
Okay. As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us.
As the brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light.
The source of light and truth, creator of the eternal law of goodness, help us to find knowledge by which to live. Lead us to take the words we shall speak into our hearts and our lives.
Bless all who enter the sanctuary in need, all who bring the offerings of their hearts. May our worship lead us to acts of kindness, peace, and love.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvot tzavos l'hadlik ner shel Shabbos.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you. All right, we've lit the candles and Shabbat is descending upon us. Let's continue with another reading. Top of page 9. Page 9, we'll do this responsibly as well. There are days when we seek things for ourselves and measure failure by what we do not gain.
On Shabbat we seek not to acquire, but to share.
There are days when we exploit nature as if it were a hoard of plenty that can never be exhausted.
On Shabbat we stand in wonder before the mystery of creation.
There are days when we act as if we cared nothing for the rights of others.
On
On Shabbat we remember that justice is our duty and
our
a better world our goal.
So we embrace Shabbat, day of rest, day of wonder, day of peace. All right, let's continue welcoming Shabbat with song. We'll make a trip back to the mystical city of Tzfat in the northern Galil, where the Mekubalim, the Kabbalists of Tzfat, would go out. Maybe this is a little early, but they started out when the sun was starting to set in the Galil, which is a beautiful, beautiful moment in the day. And they would dress in their white clothes, signifying their spiritual purity. And they would greet the Shabbos bride with a song by Shlomo Halevi Alkabetz, one of the great Kabbalists of Tzfat. And he penned for us Lecha Dodi. Lecha Dodi librat kala, b'nei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha Dodi librat kala, b'nei Shabbat nikabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad, Ishmi'anu el hamiuchad, Adonai echad, Ushmaho echad, L'shem tiferet v'litila, Lecha Dodi librat kala, b'nei Shabbat nikabela. Librat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, Ki mekor ha'bracha, merosh mikedev nesucha, sof ma'aseh b'machshava tachila, lecha dodi librat kala, b'nei Shabbat nikabela, nikari tumitzi mitochapecha, Rav lahak shevet v'yemecha b'cha, והוא יחמול עלייך אלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה. שבת נקבלה, התנערי יפרקו בי, לבשי בגדי תפארתך עמי, על יד בני שי בית הלחמי, קורבה אל נפשי יעלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי בא אורי קומי אורי, 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 שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה, לא תבושי ולא תקומי, מה תשתוכחי מה תהבי, בך יחסו עניי עמי, ונבנתה עיר אל תילה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. והיו לשמשה שעושייך, ורחקו כל מבלייך, יסיס עלייך אלוהייך, כי המסס חתן על כלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. ימין ושמאל תפרוצי, את אדוני תעריצי, על יד איש בן פרצי, בני שמחה ונגילה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, שבת נקבלה. בואי בשלום עטרת כלה, גם בשמחה וצהלה, תוך אמוני רם סגולה. בואי כלה, בואי כלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. Let's continue welcoming the Shabbat, the Shabbos bride or the Shabbos queen, to join us. Page 22, let's read selections from Psalm 92, Mizmor Shir Yom HaShabbat, the Psalm for Shabbat. Let's read the alternate paragraph together in English. A song for Shabbat. It is good to praise Adonai, to sing hymns to your name, O Most High. To proclaim your steadfast love at daybreak, your faithfulness each night. With a 10-stringed harp, with voice and lyre together, you have glad me by your deeds, Adonai. I shout for joy at your handiwork. How great are your works, Adonai, how very subtle your designs. A brute cannot know, a fool cannot understand this. Tzadikata ha'yifra, ke'erez balvanot, yiskeh shetulim, bebeit Adonai, bechatzrot Eloheinu, Yahafrihu. O Jinun Beseva, Yeshenim Bera'ananim, Yihiyu Lehagi, Yashar Adonai, Shalom Aleichem. I've always been troubled by Shalom Aleichem. We welcome them, we say Shalom, we say come, be with us, enter in peace. may you have blessings, and then we say, Tzeitchem l'shalom, go away, depart in peace. They just got here. So, but we welcome them, two angels who come to join us each and every Shabbat. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaSharim, Malachei Elyon, Melech, Malachei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Malachei L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Melech, Malachei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Melech, Malachei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzeitchem l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Melech, Malachei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Page 146, we'll begin the Arvit service for Shabbat, the evening service with Baruch Hu.
Is that 146?
146. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed. Let's read together in English on 147. Adonai, your majesty is proclaimed by the marvels of earth and sky. Sun, moon, and stars testify to your power and wisdom. Day follows day in succession, and the years vanish. Pure poverty yours. Though all things pass, let not your glory depart from us. Help us to become co-workers with you and endow our fleeting days with abiding work. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'ma'ariv Arabim. Top of 148, the second blessing before the evening Shema. Ahavat olam Beit Yisrael Amcha Ahavta Torah u'mitzvot Chukim u'mishpatim Otanu limadita Al kein Adonai Eloheinu V'shochmeinu u'hukumeinu Nasiach bechukecha V'nismach b'divrei Toratecha U'b'mitzvotecha Le'olam va'ed Ki heim chayenu v'orech yameinu v'orech yameinu Uvahem nehekeh yomam v'layla yomam v'layla Baruch Adonai Ohev Amo Yisrael Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha B'chol levacha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'hayu advarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom alvavecha v'shinantam l'banecha v'dibartam v'shiftecha b'beitecha ובלכתך בדרך, ובשופטך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם אלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. 151, let's read not together, but let's read responsibly in the English. We worship the power that unites the universe, a promise of harmony for all.
Yet that oneness lives our grasp and perfection and evil abound.
Before our eyes there is a vision of perfection, order, and goodness.
There is evil enough to break the heart, and there is good enough to exalt the soul.
When will redemption come?
When we abandon everyone while we praise ourselves.
Long ago we escaped the tyranny of Egypt. Our people saw the power of the Most High.
We thank God for these time and event, so we celebrate the power that makes us free.
Top of 152, Mi Chamocha. Mi Chamocha Vayim Adonai, Mi Chamocha Nedar Bakodesh, Nohoga Tehilo, Hosek Vele, Malchutecha Ra'umanecha, Bokeyam Lifnei Moshe, Zevi Anu V'Amru, Adonai Himloch Leolam Ha'ed, Et Yaakov U'Ga'alo Enu, Baruch Atah Adonai Ka'al Yisrael. Top of 153, the first two lines of Hashkivenu. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, Ve'ha'amidenu shomreinu l'chaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, Ve'ha'amidenu shomreinu l'chaim. And let's read together in English. Give us a place to rest, O God. Shelter us in the long, soft evening shadows of your truth. You are true protection and safety. In your presence we find love and acceptance. Watch over us as we go forth. Prepare for us as we return. Spread over us your shelter of peace, over all we love, over our soul, yours. Baruch atah Adonai, Aporei Sukkot Shalom Aleinu, V'al Kol Amo Yisrael, V'al Yerushalayim. Top of page 154, verses from the book of Shemot, from the book of Exodus, reminding Israel of the beauty and the relationship that we have with Shabbat and the importance of it. Top of 154, it's not Shabbat without it, Vishamru. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asot et HaShabbat v'dorotam berit olam. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asot et HaShabbat לדורותם ברית העולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. At the central prayer of the evening service, on the central prayer of all services, the Amidah, also known as Hatafillah. Pages 155, 156, and 157 we'll chant together. And then we'll go silently as you can finish the Amidah on your own, whether you read the Hebrew, English translation, or offer up your own meditative prayer during that time. But we'll begin together on 155. Adonai Sifai Tifach, Ru'iyah Tehilatecha. Adonai Sifai Tifach, Ru'iyah Tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah. El Hagadol Haribon Hanurah, El Elyon, Romer Chasadim Tovim, Lekonei HaKol, Zocher Se'amor Le'imah, Meidi Goel Le'nehem, Le'man Mo'vi'ah, Melech Uzer Moshiach Umagin, Baruch atah Adonai, Magin Abraham, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayim V'chimatav L'Hoshia, Vashiva Ruach U'marit HaTahal, Mechalkel Chayim B'Chesed, Mechayim Eitim B'Rachamim Rabim, Sohomech Noflim V'Rofech Olim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Nemunato, Lishenei Allah, Michamocha, Umidon Melech, Melech Mechayem, Umasiach Yeshua. V'ne'eman atah l'chayot metim, Baruch atah Adonai, mechayei hametim. So completing your Amidah, please take your time. We're going to continue on page 160, reading together in the English middle of the page. In these hours of rest and renewal, open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may we all live in such a way that this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh haShabbat. A little bit of gratitude, a little bit of Thanksgiving as well. Page 163 at the top. Let's read responsibly. For the good in us which calls us to a better life, we give thanks.
For the strength
For the desire in us which leads us to work for peace, we are grateful.
for life and nature, harmony and beauty, we all praise to the source of being.
And we'll close out on 164 with prayer for peace. Shalom Ra. A prayer for peace. There are many prayers for peace. Shalom Ra. Shalom Ra al Yisrael Hamcha Rasim Leolam. Shalom Ra al Yisrael Hamcha Rasim Leolam. Ki atahu melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki atahu melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rahav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov be'einecha levarech et Amcha Yisrael bechol heit ubechol sha'a b'shlomecha. Shalom Rahav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rahav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Praise to you, Adonai, who blesses your people, Israel, with peace. Baruch atah Adonai, hamevarech et amo Yisrael, b'shalom. Page 253, Misha Berach, a prayer for healing, one of the many different Misha Berach prayers. If you have anyone who needs a little bit of extra healing, keep them close to your hearts, keep them in your thoughts as we prepare for Misha Berach. Misha Berach Avoteinu Mikor HaBracha L'Imotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misheberach Imotenu Mikor HaBracha La'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah Shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. Pages 258 and 259, the prayers for our community, for our congregation, for our country, and for Israel. So on the top of page 258, Dennis, would you lead us for the prayer for our congregation? Top of 258.
Source of all being, may the children of this community learn these passions from us: love of Torah, devotion in prayer, and support of the needy. May we guide with integrity, and may our leadership be in your service. May those who teach and nourish us be blessed with satisfaction, and may we appreciate their time and their devotion. Bless us with the fruits of wisdom and understanding, and may our efforts bring fulfillment and joy.
Baruch atah Adonai, shevotecha levacha v'yira na'avod. Maury, for our country, please.
Thus says Adonai, this is what I desire, to unlock the fetters of wickedness and untie the cords of lawlessness, to let the oppressed go free, to break off every yoke, share your bread with the hungry, and take the wretched poor into your home. When you see the naked, give clothing, and do not ignore your own kin. If you banish the yoke from your midst, the menacing hand, the evil speech, if you offer compassion to the hungry and satisfy the famished creature, then your light shall shine in darkness.
Thank you.
Amen.
Shalu Shalom Yerushalayim, Yishlayu Ohavayif. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. May those who love you prosper. Avinu Shabashamayim, Tzur Yisrael V'Goalo, Barich et Medinat Yisrael, Reishit Smichat Ulatenu, Hagein Aleha V'Yevrat Chastecha, Ufros Aleha Sukat Shlomecha, Ushlach Uracha V'Amitecha L'Rasheha, Sareha V'Yoatzeha, V'Taknein B'Eitzah Tova Milfanecha, V'Natata Shalom Ba'aretz, V'Simchat Olam Liyoshveha, V'Nomar Amen. David, in English, please.
O Heavenly One, Protector and Redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of hope for all who seek peace. Shield them beneath the wings of your love. Spread over it the canopy of your peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell there. Let us say,
Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Shabbat Shalom, everyone, and good Shabbos.
Shalom.
We are at the end of Sefer Bamidbar, the book of Numbers. We've kind of flown through it, and it's going to leave ultimately Israel on the edge of the promised land, ready to go in. And then next week we start with Devarim, which is kind of a renegade book of the Torah as well, but we'll get there next week. But we have a double portion this week, Matot and Maseh. Matot begins with the laws regarding vows, right? When you make a promise to someone or a promise to God. And the law is that they must all be fulfilled. So if you make a promise, you have to fulfill it unless you're a woman. This is one of the times that the Torah really shows the time in which it was. So if she makes a vow and the husband says, no, you can't make that vow, it's nullified. Or if a wife makes a vow and the husband does not agree, or a divorcee, and you make a vow, it is binding. We go to war against the Midianites. All right, we've had some issues with them the last couple of Parshiot. And the men bring back some spoils. They bring back some riches, they bring back women, and they bring back their children. Moshe is furious at this. The command was to kill every male. So what he does is he makes the men go and he has them kill all the male children and the non-virgin women. That's kind of a tough thing to swallow in our Torah. But then we don't spend a lot of time with that. Then we go to the Reubenites and the Gadites. and they have rocks. They say to Moshe, listen, we don't want to cross over the Jordan River. We want to stay on the east side of the Jordan because it is better for our flocks. Moshe becomes angry. As you notice, as we get towards the end of Moshe's life, he gets angrier and angrier and angrier at things. And he accuses these tribes of abandoning their people just as they are poised to enter the land. All Moshe hears, all Moshe thinks is that the Reubenites and the Gadites do not want to go to war. But they say to him, no, that's not the case. We just want to know that when it comes time to divvy up everything, we can stay on the east side. As a matter of fact, we promise that we will be the shock troops. We will be the first ones to go into battle. But we just want to be able to go to the east side of the Jordan for our flocks. Agrees. That ends that tour portion. Masei recounts 40 years of journeys. All right, so we get this long list of starts and stops and comings and goings. And one of the things that you notice if you're a close reader of the Torah is that the list is different here than the actual list of the starts and stops that they had gone through, which leads the rabbis to come up with all sorts of creative interpretations. It comes with instructions for conquering the land, defining its borders, and dividing it up amongst the tribes. Once again, we visit the 6 cities of refuge, where a person who commits manslaughter, accidentally kills someone, can go have a trial and plead his case. And then if he is found, he'll still be guilty of manslaughter, not of murder. He will stay in one of those cities until the death of the Kohen Gadol, and then he can go home. And then this book ends with a counter protest against the daughters of Zelophehad. Moshe said, look, our father died without a son. That's not our fault. Why should we not inherit? Moshe says, that's a good idea. We'll let you inherit. Other tribe, I mean, it's funny. Jews can't do anything without 27 people jumping in and being upset when somebody gets to do something and it feels like they're being ripped off. Moshe said, the tribes complain that if the daughters leave their tribe, if they marry outside their tribe, then they will get to take their portion of land with them, and that will give another tribe more land and diminish the other tribe. So Moshe basically says, okay, the daughters of Zelophehad, any woman can inherit, but if she marries somebody outside her tribe, she forfeits her property that was inherited. It stays with the tribe, and she goes to the new tribe. If she marries within the tribe, she has her own land. She is part of that. So it's a revision of laws, right? Last week we had a law that sounded really, really good, but they didn't follow through all of the perhaps consequences. This week they tie it up and say, okay, makes sense. We'll reach a compromise. In terms of mitzvot, in Parshat Matot, there were 2 mitzvot, 1 positive and 1 negative, and Masei, 2 positive and 4 negative, grand total of 8 mitzvot in these parshiot. And this is your Torah portion in a nutshell. So last night into today, since the sun hasn't set, it's still Rosh Chodesh Menachem Av. Now, most people don't recognize it when you say Menachem Av. If you just say Av, yes, that's a Hebrew month. And it's the new month began, meaning there are exactly 2 Hebrew months, Av and Elul, before the high holidays. Its formal name is Menachem Av, and it means Av the Comforter. And if you know Hebrew, Av means father, so it could mean the comforting father or the father the comforter. It's just Menachem is a bit of a misnomer of sorts. Menachem means to comfort, and Av is the saddest month on our Jewish calendar. all the bad things that have happened to us tend to happen in the month of Av. And right now we are entering into what's called the 9 days. The first of Av up until Tisha B'Av, which is the 9th of Av, which is the absolute worst day on our calendar. If something bad is going to happen, it is going to happen on Tisha B'Av. This period of this month of Av is so powerful and so, in some ways, dark, but I'm going to argue with that in a second, that the rabbis say, Mi sheniknes Av ma'amatin b'simcha. When the month of Av enters, we dampen our joy, which is the exact opposite of what we say when we get to the month of Adar, which is the month of Purim, where we say, when the month of Adar comes, we increase our joy. And so these next 9 days for observant Jews, well, we don't eat meat, we don't drink wine, except for Shabbos. The laws are relieved on Shabbos. We don't purchase or wear new clothes, and we don't get haircuts. And it's almost as if we are mourning. In a very real way, we mourn because we are mourning the destruction of is next Friday, but we won't observe it on Friday or Shabbat because we don't observe fast days on Shabbat, so we will observe it on Sunday. Av is the only other full fast for the Yom Kippur that we have on our calendar. It's a complete fast day, and like Yom Kippur, the prohibitions are the same. But Av is an interesting month, even without Tisha B'Av. There is very, very little comfort in this month because of Tisha B'Av, because of all sorts of other things that have happened in the month. Of course, at Tisha B'Av, we commemorate the destruction of both temples. And the rabbis say, even though God destroyed the temples, and this is where one of the Talmudic rabbis says, this is where we get the name Menachem Av. God destroyed the temples. God destroyed things and not us. Right? The first temple was destroyed because we were sinners. Right? We participated in the spilling of blood. We participated in rape. That was the first temple. The second temple was destroyed because of baseless hatred, of Jews hating each other. We'll study next week of Kamsa, and it just, things spun out of control. A party, somebody was asked to leave, somebody didn't get their way, they pitched a fit, and it was just horrible, led to the destruction of the temple because one of them, or Kamsa, I'm not going to tell you, went and snitched on the Jews to Rome. Rome came in and destroyed the temple and pretty much us. But the rabbis say God didn't destroy us. We have survived, remaining vital for over 1900 years after the destruction of the second temple. While there might be little comfort in Av, we can take comfort in we have survived. Not many other nations commemorate losses. No other nations that I know commemorate defeats, but we do. On Tisha B'Av, we accept responsibility for some of the bad things that have happened to us. Not all of them. The Jews being expelled from Spain in 1492 on Tisha B'Av, we didn't cause that. But we did cause the destructions of the temples, and that led us to exile. Us out of the land for our behavior. So we accept our responsibility. And we have a month of thinking about our responsibility for the missteps, for the bad things, for the hatred that we have fostered, not just out into the world, but against each other. There is a sense of optimism in the month of Av. It just began today. And there is a sense of optimism because Av leads to Elul, which is the month of preparation for sadness, the heaviness of awe makes us appreciate all that we have that is good. Yes, awe reminds us the world is a scary place, it's a bad place, and nasty things have happened to us. But it reminds us that it is a really, really beautiful world out there, nonetheless. Awe makes us realize that death and mourning, that's the end for us, right? We all are going to die. But in Ecclesiastes, King Solomon writes, "V'hachai yitain el libo," that the living should take this to heart. Meaning, ultimately, death is our end. Av reminds us of that. But Av also reminds us that we are alive and that we should take that to heart and live every day as best we can. Shabbat Shalom. Good Shabbat Shalom. Maury, what time?
Kadoosh.
It's Kiddush time. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I keep trying to get Maury to forget, but he doesn't. He does not forget. Keeps me on my toes. We have Kiddush. Vayera vahivoker yom hashishi, vayachulu hashamayim v'haaretz, v'chol tzivam, vayachal Elohim bayom hashvi, melachto asher asa, vayishvot bayom hashvi'i, mikol melachto asher asa, vayavarech Elohim et yom hashvi'i, Vaykadesh oto, kivo Shabbat, mikol melachto, asher bara Elohim. Sabri, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech olam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech olam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, V'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho, v'ahavat u'ratzon, v'filanu, zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit, Yihu yom tefila, l'mikra'ei kodesh, ze'er l'tziyat, mitzrayim, Yivanu Anuki Ashta Mikol Ha'amim Shabbat Kodshecha V'ahava U'ratzon Inchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh Shabbat. We'll start to close out our service this evening. Page 282, page 282, Aleinu. Aleinu shabeach ladon hakol, latei kedula liotzer reishit, shelo asanu k'goyei haratzot, v'lo samanu k'mishpachot hadamam, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam. V'anachnu korim Mishkachavim u'modim Lifnei melech malchei hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu Shehu notei shamayim v'yoser haaretz U'moshe yikaro b'shamayim v'ima'o U'shli'ina kusto v'yom Kakatu v'torah yadata hayom v'hashekota elevarecha Adonai hu Elohim. Bashamayim mimal. V'aretz v'yikrachat Eino. Tu b'toratecha, Adonai yimloch v'olam ha'ed. V'nehemar, v'haya Adonai, l'melech al kol haaretz. V'yom hahu, yeh Adonai echad, u'shemo U'shemo echad. You may be seated. This week we observed the following yard sites: Abraham Angel, Harry's brother; Ida Kolker, Joe and Herb and Lou Kolker's mother; Samuel H. Glick, David and Billy's grandfather; Jessie Katz, wife of Andy, mother of Jerry and Myron; Rose Miller, mother of Dubby Schmidt; Minna Poland, wife of Meyer; Barbara and Ron's mother; Joan Weisberg's aunt; Charlotte Levine's sister; Regina's great aunt; Stephen Goldston, Joan Lerner's brother; Ella Hauptman, Joan Lerner's aunt; Goldie Hemmelstein, grandmother of Dennis Hamill; Herta Rowan, David Field's aunt; Rosalie C. Schechter, Mickey Goldenberg's sister; Sophie Brodoff, Terry and Mark's mother; Lynn Supovitz, Lynn Mayer's father; Olga Greenfield, Joyce Levy's mother; Fred Pastor, Ethel Levine's brother, Regina's great uncle; William Solacek, Mark's uncle, Nathan's brother. May their souls be bound up with the bond of life eternal. May their memories be a blessing to us always. May they all rest in peace.
Amen.
Mourner's Kaddish is found on page 294. Yitzkadal, Yitkadash, Shemei, Raha, V'alma, Yirach, Yireh, V'yamli, V'yamli, Allah, Rizman, Karib, Imru, Amen.
Amen.
Shemei, Raha, Barach, Allah, Me'al Maya, Yirach, 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 Amen. Yehei Shlomah Rabba Min Shemaya. L'chaim Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'imru. Amen. Oseh Shalom B'Yirav. U'aseh Shalom Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'imru. Amen. You may be seated. All right, friends. Shabbat Shalom, good Shabbos. A couple of quick announcements before we close out our services. Services tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. and then again on Sunday at 9 a.m. No adult learning, no let my people know. We pick up again in August. Monday night, of course, deep dive into Genesis continues. Noah and his family are off the ark. The animals have just been permitted to us to eat. So it's getting to be a lot like today, right? Everybody wants to eat meat, but we were originally vegetarians. That's Monday night. Wednesday night, the Yiddish Choir, live and on Zoom. The best little Yiddish choir from coast to coast, the choir with the most. I got to tell you, they have people from all over the country, from the Northeast all the way to LA. Yiddish Choir. I think there are a lot of Yiddish choirs out there, but ours is the best. Friday afternoon at 1, we have a memorial service for Pete Levy's parents. That's 1 o'clock here at the synagogue. And then next Friday, we're back on at 6 o'clock for services. So kind of a quiet week for the first week of Av, but then next week we have a lot going on Saturday night and with Tisha B'Av. But you'll be hearing about that throughout the week. All right, we'll close out as usual with Adon Olam, top of all of page 321. Adon Olam Hashem Malach, B'terem kol Yitzir Nivra, Li'et Naseh B'chefzot kol, Azai Melech Shemot Yikra, Yachai Yiklot HaKol, Levahado Imoch Nora, Vehu Haya Vehu Hoveh, Vehu Yeh B'Tzifara, Vehu Echad Ve'ein Sheni, L'hamshilo L'hachbira, B'li Reshit B'li Tachlit, V'lo Ha'oz V'ha'misra, Vehu Ein Li V'chai Go'ali, V'tzochet Li B'yeit Tzara, Vehu Nisi Umanos Li, Menat Kosi V'yom Ekra, V'yado V'kidruchi, V'yeiti Shan V'yahira, V'yimruchi V'yadi, Adonai Li V'lo Yira. All right, looks like we have some people saying hello to us via the text. So I have a in song. And of course, yes, Shabbat Shalom from Rabbi. Thanks, Mom, and hope all have a nice and enjoyable weekend. To ML Glazer and of course Herman, wish all a good Shabbat. Melody Samuels from the holy city of Berlin. Hope it is cool up there. A very good Shabbat to all. Thank you, and a happy and healthy weekend. Right back at you, Melanie. And Diane Shadows, Shabbat Shalom from Diane and of course Steve. Hope you all have a happy and peaceful weekend. Thank you, you as well. All right, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbos. Lots on here. Please join us in the building on Zoom, however you want to join us. We'll see you soon, and be careful out there.
Amen.
Maryland?